What is up, everyone? It is Luke McGuire here. Let me know if you can hear me okay. Hopefully you can. What is going on? What is going on? What is going on? Good day, good morning, good evening, everyone. What is up? Charles, Gus, Ken, Cheyenne, many people in here today. Really cool. Awesome, guys. Let's go. I'm really excited for today's webinar because this is a topic I'm actually quite passionate about over the years, and right now the crypto world is absolutely going insane. Put a number one in the box for me if you've seen just everyone talking about crypto like I have, or if you haven't, put a number two in the box. I just want to know if it's just my algorithm, but everyone I speak to, everyone I see, is talking about this in this space right now, and it's really good in one sense, and in a flip side, I think it's really toxic because every third person is a crypto expert out of nowhere, right? And again, I'm not saying I'm a crypto expert by any means. There's a lot of people that studies this stuff day in, day out. But in saying that, I've been in this space since 2016. I've built a software around it, which is one of the leading softwares for beginners in the crypto space. And I have definitely made a lot, and I've also lost a lot as well in the crypto space as well. So I'm excited to share with you the things that I've done that have been right, and also share with you guys the things that I've done that have been horrible mistakes that I hope never happen again. And they definitely won't if I just stick by using my mind versus just using emotions, right? Also, guys, I want to just share with you what is without a doubt the safest way to trade crypto and to really put yourself in a position to set yourself up for generational wealth. Again, this is something that you can make so much money on with just a little bit of smart thinking, a little bit of investment, and it can really change people's lives. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and I'll pull up a Google document. By the way, guys, today's pure value training. There's nothing to sell. I thought after the last week's webinar that I'll see if you guys are interested in me just doing more webinars instead of just pure value in training. Normally, I'll do webinars. Well, I used to do webinars every single week with you guys, and then I found throughout the COVID times it was really unstable with how many people were on one webinar and not the next, and I just thought, there was bigger things in the world that people needed to be focusing on, and I would just do the webinars if there was one key topic I really wanted to talk about. But in saying that, I really do enjoy teaching, and if I ever do share an opportunity, it's because I'm truly excited about that opportunity. Just like with Zappable, I'm sure a lot of you guys picked that up. That is just one of the coolest softwares out there. And I could have kept on promoting that for a few weeks, but I'm not someone that likes to beat a dead horse, right? And I also hate that saying. Those of you that do watch my webinars, for some reason, it just makes sense to say that saying, but it's also a horrible saying as well. Crypto, yeah, crypto space. All right, so put number one in the box if you have no idea what crypto is, and number two in the box if you've heard of it, you kind of understand it, or number three in the box if you are a solid trader in the space. You know what you're doing, and you're just coming here to check this out. Cool. Mainly ones and twos. We can see Gus here is a big old three in here. So Gus, maybe I'll speak with you afterwards and see what kind of stuff you've been up to in this space. For me, I'm very fortunate that when you're an internet marketer, you get exposed to people that are in all different areas of internet marketing, and essentially, crypto is another type of internet business as well. It's one that you definitely have to have balls in some instances, if you're going to be doing a lot of day trading and whatnot. There's some crazy things you can do in this space as well. But today's webinar, I just want to stick to the basics for you guys. And also because the basics and the simplest things can really end up making you so much money over a longer period of time. And by longer period of time, I mean 2 to 3 years. But just by a little bit of work that you can do today, that will set yourself up long term. So again, we're going to talk about crypto now. Then we're going to move into some profile mate trading, which again is a way where you can build huge email lists for free using Instagram. And again, if any of you have been on the webinar, I did a bunch of webinars at the probably the end of last year, October-ish, around this, and it just keeps on blowing up more and more and more, because there's never been a way where you can build an email list from 100 to even 1,000 emails in one single day, every single day consistently, than the way I'll show you. So we're going to talk about the crypto space. Then we're going to talk about 100 plus emails a day. I'll then just do some questions with you guys. If you have any questions about anything, and then move on from there. All right, so let's just talk about crypto first. Crypto. So the world of crypto, it's essentially, again, in my opinion, it is where the financial system is going. We've already noticed it in the past couple of years, banks even using the blockchain chain technology. The way I like to think about it is like the blockchain can kind of be like your iPhone, Samsung, and the crypto is going to be the actual coin on the blockchain, i.e. app on the phone. Now that's just a way that I thought about it. Someone said that to me when I was first learning, and that helped me make a lot of sense in my mind to kind of understand how this works. And then you can also have other types of crypto that run off a specific blockchain as well. So again, this is one of the biggest transfers of wealth we've seen literally since paper money has been printed to replace gold and silver. The thing that people get their heads that it's hard for people to get their heads around is the fact that it is completely intangible. So there's no physical item that you can hold. And that's where people get really messed up in their head, because they think, well, I can't see it, I can't touch it, it mustn't be real, right? But at the same time, if you think about money, like physical money, like a piece of paper, realistically, what is that? It's literally just a piece of paper. We've put the value on that piece of paper, and in our minds, we'll have a look at a $100 piece of paper, or we'll look at like a $5 note. That's a piece of paper as well, and we put so much more value on the $100 piece of paper because it can provide more, right? Correct, right? So in the same prior to that, gold and silver, right? We're trading gold and silver. We have some gold. We needed to go get 20 chickens. We would then give that piece of gold in exchange for that 20 chickens, right? So trading a rock, essentially, or precious metal, but like a piece of metal that doesn't really do anything for some chickens, right? It's the way the world has worked forever. We deem something as valuable, and we trade that piece of value for other things of value. And there's no difference of what is happening here. And even more so, every single year, I'm sure of it, the amount of cash that's being spent, physical cash, actual tangible touching it cash would most likely be going down every single year, because everything is run on your bank card, right? We use our bank cards all the time. Now we're just tapping with our phone, right? If you've seen some of the crazy stuff that Elon Musk is doing with Neuralink, I'll see. Have you put a number two, one in the box if you've seen Neuralink? Number two in the box if you haven't. Elon Musk Neuralink. I'm sure a lot of you have seen it, but I'll send this video for you guys to watch later on. basically there's a monkey here that they've trained to play different video games with its mind, so say originally it was using a joystick. It's mapped the brain waves of the monkey, of if it needs to move its hand left or right or up or down. That makes different, I guess, electromagnetic pulses in its brain. They can record those neurotransmissions, and then they know what the hand moving left means, the hand moving right means, and then they can code that into a chip in the damn monkey's brain, so then it can actually play the game without actually even touching the joystick at all. They actually unplug it, right? It's pretty insane. So I know it's a bit of a side tangent. I put it in the chat box over here for you guys, but it's just crazy to think where the world's going. So it's playing Pong here without touching anything with its mind, right? So does that mean that's not real? That there's like the game's not real because it's only in its mind? No. Just like crypto is literally, it's that, yes, there's nothing tangible about it, but there's still immense value around it. And again, now, in my opinion, right now is still so damn early to get in. Back in 2017, 2016, when I launched my app, Crypto Suite, so many people were saying, oh, we've missed the boat. It's too late for this. People were refunding the product because they got in. They're like, you know what? I haven't seen 10,000 returns overnight. I've missed the boat on this. They would have wished they kept their actual investment now. Let me just show you. Actually, I'll get into that in a minute. Show you some changes from then to now. And again, I know this is going to happen in the next 2 to 3 years. Again, history has repeated itself in this very same way in crypto, in Bitcoin specifically, over the past 8 years. And it's, in my opinion, no doubt going to keep continuing to do so. And again, that's because every time it happens, we see such a larger market adoption to crypto. We've actually seen real life implementation by banks already with crypto. And what do I mean by that? You may have noticed that now with banks, over the past couple of year or two, whenever you send the transaction, depending on what bank you're with, but the majority of banks now, if you send money to a different bank from your bank, it used to take 2 to 3 days. Now it's instant for the majority of banks in the world, because the banks have said, wow, back in 2017, they said, wow, we are getting smashed by crypto. The crypto setup, the blockchain, the way it works is so fast that they can send a transaction now. It'll be at you in a couple of minutes, even seconds in some instances. We have such dated technology, and we haven't had to do anything about it for so many years, maybe decades, because, well, who cares? They don't have any other options, so we don't need to really improve our stuff. It's just the way it's going to be. It's too hard not to. Crypto came into the world, and then with enough market adoption in 2016, 2017, banks really took a hold of that, and now they implement that as well. And Morris says, am I recording? Yep, every webinar always gets recorded. So yeah, so banks are implementing it as well. And the way the world is going, guys, it's just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Now, what I want to quickly do, I was trying to pull this up before for you guys. I'm just going to try real quick here. I bought a new MacBook. One sec, here we go. I bought a new MacBook maybe a little while ago now, maybe a couple of months ago, but some of the softwares that I had on my old MacBook had just, obviously I haven't transferred across. I should have, but let me just get this tool Reflector up. This is one of my favorite tools. That allows me to mirror whatever I have. Why isn't this guy working? Oh, here it is. It allows me to mirror my phone to my actual computer, so I can share with you my actual phone screen. 1 second. Where are we? There we go. So yeah, it's completely. So yeah, I'll share that with you in a second. So it's completely intangible crypto, and what it does, it removes the middleman, and it does a lot more than that. But this is the space. This is what it does. It removes the middleman. It removes the need for a bank, right? And in a lot of other crypto uses, it removes the man for that person in between. So if you think of any industry in the world that has a middleman, cryptocurrency with smart contracts basically remove the middleman. So who has a middle, and this is where I potentially see the world going, because it makes a lot more sense to do it this way than any other way. Now, some of the examples I'll give now are going to be they'll sound crazy initially, or they'll sound like yeah, as if that's going to happen. But we've already started to see this happen in areas where a couple of years ago people would say, wow, that would never happen, right? One being banks, right? So banks, people are now saving a lot of money in crypto instead of saving it in their banks. It's now just like gold. When stock prices drop, people pull their money out, they buy gold, they hold gold because they want to ensure they have a diversified portfolio, but they also want to ensure that their money is where it's going to be making the most, where it's going to be the safest. And a lot of people are just so addicted to crypto now that they keep the majority of money in their crypto portfolio. Now, I'm not saying going and do this. But I just want to let you know what I've been seeing, and really how this all works. So yeah, it removes the middleman completely, and people are putting it in these different cryptocurrencies because they truly own it. And get right, when you have money in crypto, that money is in your own wallet. It's in your own account. Um, it's not owned by a bank realistically. Or if you got money in the bank, I got money in the bank, but that money is not really, there's a middleman there. The bank is holding my money. I'm really not. Now, touch wood, it never happens, but banks really, it's in certain countries it's happened. Banks have literally just shut down, said they've gone bankrupt. They can't pay people their money. And obviously, we're in the 21st century. The chances of that happening hopefully are very, very slim to none. But um, it's you're still putting your trust in an organization that has been very well known just to try to make as much money off its customers over the years. Now, how much work does it take to send money from here in Australia to the USA? Um, Back a couple of years ago, you'd have to say I put $5,000. I wanted to send it to America. I have to verify it through my phone. I'd have to go ahead and probably speak to someone at my bank that wanted to confirm it was real. They'd have to then manually send it over. They'd have to get it confirmed on the other side. It was this big old process, and then they would take a stupid transaction fee for doing that whole process. With cryptocurrency, let's use Bitcoin for example. If I wanted to send Bitcoin to anyone on this webinar, I could do that very, very quickly, and the transaction fees are going to be nowhere near what they would be if it was with a bank, and it's going to be so much quicker than sending it with a bank. You can literally send millions and millions of dollars in a couple of minutes because it is um, all confirmed and it's all verified from the blockchain technology. Again, that is what the actual cryptocurrency is built on. So a good way to explain this, and I know like the people that do know about crypto in here, I'm sure you would know like how all this works. But again, there's a lot of beginners here, and that's what I really wanted to focus on today's webinar. Is that so? I have one Bitcoin that I want to send to the USA, right? From Australia. That Bitcoin, I would just send a user. Basically, all you do is log into your actual wallet, and we'll talk about wallets. I'll show you guys an example of how to buy it shortly and whatnot. I have one Bitcoin I want to send to the USA. What happens from there is that I have your destination address. It's basically like if you're adding in, like in Australia, it's for the BSB an account number. In America, I'm not sure. It might just be an account number that you send money to. But you have the destination address. You enter that, and then what happens in the background is that computers, they're called mining computers, will mine the transaction. So computers will mine the transaction, and it's not like someone out there physically mining into a computer with a pickaxe, right? Basically, what these computers do, they solve very, very complex equations to verify that this transaction from person A to person B is legit, and that there'll be like there'll be hundreds of thousands of people that have mining software. You can even buy mining software and start to mine Bitcoin, and but the thing is, it uses a lot of electricity, and it's sometimes the actual amount of Bitcoin you get isn't, that won't even cover some people's electricity. That's why we see in China there's these mining farms that have solar panels to bloody football fields, right? But basically, the computers will mine the transaction, which is basically solving a bunch of complex equations to verify that that transaction is legit. It is the right. It is what wants to be done from sending from person A to person B. It solves these equations to basically then open the gates for the Bitcoin to be moved from destination address A to destination address B. Think of it like an email if you wanted to as well. You type an email, you send it, it then gets verified that the email it's going to is the right email. It goes through. But again, it's a little bit more complex because because it's sending money, so they want to make sure that it's very secure. Multiple miners will actually solve the same transaction and get a little bit of a fee each for that. From that there, it then ends up at the destination address, and then transaction is done. And that transaction fee, it might be 0.05% of the total amount sent. It's not that much. And actually today I'm going to actually share with you a way how you can actually really minimize the amount of fees when sending from an exchange. And an exchange is a place where you buy cryptocurrency. So it'll end up at the destination address, and there's been no humans involved in any of these steps, aside from the person sending it and the person receiving it. And that's the beauty of this. There's no human error. You can't screw this up. Banks can't say, oh, sorry, it's taking a week. We've had to get it confirmed. It's all done instantly, which is what I love about this space. If that's making sense to you guys, put them in the box now. And if you do have any questions, shoot them through to me now on what we've talked about. If you have any questions about anything else, we'll talk about that shortly. Let me just have a look. Christina says here, don't you need money from money through banks to buy crypto? Yes and no. So yes, in the sense that initially you'll need to send money from your bank to a cryptocurrency exchange, which I'll show you how to do it here. But once you have crypto, you can use that. Like, so say I bought half a Bitcoin, I can use that half a Bitcoin to go ahead and basically buy any other type of crypto. I can trade one crypto for another. Say I made a lot of profit in Bitcoin, I then want to take my profit and put it into Ethereum. I don't need to transfer that Bitcoin into US dollars or Australian dollars and then transfer that Australian dollars into Ethereum. That will be double handling. You can go straight from Get Bitcoin straight to Ethereum. On the flip side, if I wanted to sell it back for Thai baht, I could sell my cryptocurrency um, that I've funded with Australian dollars, that I've bought Bitcoin with. I can sell that Bitcoin to buy Thai baht if I wanted to do that, which I don't need to, but that's the way it works. It's all instant. It's really, really, really cool. So what I wanted to do from here is then talk about, actually, let's have a look at an exchange. So I'm going to see what I use. And again, you get a kickback right here. So you get a kickback right, meaning that you will actually get 5% lower fees than anyone else on this platform. And this platform is called Binance. Now, if you're watching this in the replay, I'll put this link in the description of the YouTube video. And this is only if you haven't registered before. Now, I would click on that link here and then go and sign up over at Binance through this link, because you do get 5% back off on all of your actual transaction fees. Now, again, transaction fees aren't much at all, but every dollar you can save is an extra dollar you can put into crypto. And as we have seen, sometimes 50 bucks put into a crypto can 700, 800x overnight. It's pretty insane, some of the stuff that can happen in this space. Now, so just take a second and go and just click on that. Go sign up over there at Binance. And it's a really just easy way to get started. People have said no audio. Have you guys heard me? Can you guys hear me all right now? Cool. Yeah, and yeah, this is the same for US. This is actually an American exchange, I believe. So wherever you are, you can go ahead and sign up there. If you are in a country or an area that doesn't accept Binance, which is only a couple, I will go ahead and just wait for the replay later today or tomorrow, and I will chuck in some of my other recommendations and see if I can get you guys a deal where you get lower transaction fees. So don't just go sign up to another exchange just yet. Just wait for me for today, and I'll get you a link for a different exchange. Jaden says, already a member of Binance. Unfortunately, you know what? That's totally fine. Shows you know what you're doing. And it's really, at the end of the day, if you've been in the crypto game for a bit, then you're probably winning doing that as well. Morris says Canada doesn't work, so don't worry. That's all good. I'll get you a link for where we'll work in Canada. So just take a second and go and sign up over there. And again, and this is one of the topics I want to talk about today. While you guys do that, while you guys do that, I really wanted to share with you guys something I've been seeing, and this is such a big takeaway and a big point that I want to get out to you guys. First thing is that, who here has seen influencers promoting crypto? And you're probably thinking, okay, where the hell has this person learned all this crypto knowledge from? Why are they all of a sudden an expert? And what they're posting seems way too good to be true. Right? Yeah, people saying, yeah. Um, yeah, so many people are just saying yes. Um, so if, and this is the point I've read, put this in the email as well. Let me just put this here, 5% off your transactions. Give Binance into your account. So influencers, if you heard about a crypto from your favorite influencer, then it is probably, well, it is most likely way too late. So this is the way a lot of these new coins are being promoted, right? This is and this happened again back in 2017. I actually got burnt. I made quite a bit of money from what's called altcoins. Um, Basically, altcoins are these coins that really have no value behind them, or projects that don't really have anything besides a funny name or a meme coin, like Doge or Dogecoin, however you want to pronounce it. But Dogecoin, I'll talk about that later on. But these coins that people are creating, and people don't know, it takes 50 seconds to create a crypto currency. Maybe in a different webinar, I'll show you how to do that. But there's sites that literally allow you to create your own crypto currency that'll be live on the Ethereum blockchain in literally 50 seconds. It's so easy to create a coin. And then what happens is these marketers will get a bunch of their friends, bunch of people that they know have funds to invest in the coin before it launches, right? People putting money into the coin. From there, they'll then choose a launch date. Say in 1 week from now, I'm going to launch this coin. The coin's worth $0 at launch, but we've got all these pre-investors that have put in 5 grand, 10 grand, 20 grand, whatever. We've now got $1 million raised. Now, the second we go live with this coin, the coin's going to go from $0 to $1 million market cap instantly, and then that's going to show huge growth. We're then going to go ahead and get our influencer campaign to promote this coin. We're going to give them some of the cryptocurrency for free because we've got billions of tokens. We'll give them a couple of million tokens for free or coins for free. And then we'll get them to promote it to the rest of their audience. They'll do that. People will fall for that influencer saying that because they've actually got their own hidden agenda there. And then what happens is the people that buy after the influencer has shared are most likely all they're doing is making the people that buy then are only making money for the influencer and the people that invested prior to that launch of that crypto. And the people that have bought after the influencer has promoted it are basically not going to really, in most cases, they don't make much money at all. They make money for everyone else. And then what happens is the original people that have invested prior to the coin launching pull out. It's just like pulling a sheet out of underneath you. And the cryptocurrency crashes because everyone else, the initial people have made all their money, they've cashed out, and they'll just do it again and again and again with new coins. It's pretty annoying. That's why you see so many of these. Two reasons. Whenever you see someone posting, this is not financial advice. Yes, like I think what I'm sharing with you now is not financial advice. It's what I do for me. But again, at the same time, some of these things I'm sharing, I guess, is financial advice. It's just what I feel is good to know. I feel like if the influencer has heard about a crypto and they're sharing it, and you've had no idea like that they do crypto, really do your research. Don't just trust these people. Everyone in the crypto space, there's an agenda behind it. If they are teaching something, if they are selling something, right? Now, like again, I'm happily say here, like my agenda here is one, I don't want you to get screwed over because I have in the past through this. It makes me happy looking after you guys. You guys do support me by buying my softwares. So I feel it's my duty to share what I do know about this because I know a lot of people won't share things like this because they'll lose money, right? Um, Two, I do have a cryptocurrency software. I'll show you it later. If at any point you want to grab it, you can. But again, I'm not here to sell that. But every single person has an agenda no matter what. And you guys have an agenda. You guys have an agenda here. Your agenda is probably to learn something, get involved in the space, not get screwed over, I hope. And I know you guys trust me. So, yeah. But just think, what is the agenda of the person behind it? The other thing you'll see a lot of is people posting these groups, these signal groups, right? Signal groups where you'll get inside knowledge, like, or someone will say, I'm doing the work, I'm here 20 hours a day, so you don't have to be, right? 20 hours a day, so you don't have to be. I'm finding what the next crypto is, I'll tell you, and then everyone in the group go ahead and buy it, and it should do really well. Now, when I see these groups, majority of them are a scam, in my opinion, as well. Not all of them, but the majority, because they're just trying to, like, if they're making so much money in crypto, like they're saying they are, first of all, they shouldn't need to charge you $99 a month for a group, in my opinion. And two, the crypto world benefits if someone's involved in a coin, the rest of the, like, that person benefits the more people that put money into that coin. So why are they um, charging you money to find information about what they're investing? And they should want you to invest in their coins or in their projects or different products that work for them. So if they are charging for a Telegram group or whatever it is, what's the agenda behind it, right? Um, Now, another agenda could be is that in that group, that's going to be that person's group of people that are going to be doing these pump and dumps on these coins, right? Now, again, people can say it's unethical. People can say it's not fair. I've been screwed over on a pump and dump before. I lost about 80 grand. But on the flip side, I've made a lot of money in the crypto space as well in a few pump and dump coins that I didn't think were going to be pump and dumps, but I've always had a clear vision in my head. This is a good point to write here. What is the agenda? Now, this is a good point. Always know when to pull out, right? Have a clear ROI in your mind that will, in your mind prior to any investment, right? Have a clear return. Is so say I said if I invest $100, how much would I like to make that I know I'd just be happy at, right? And then make sure, this is the other key point, make sure to, well, I'll say it this way, don't be afraid to take profits. No one has ever gone broke taking profits. No one's ever gone broke taking profits. How people do lose money is when they, how to lose money. And we'll jump into Binance in a second, guys, as well. One, how to lose money. Investing too much at once, and right, this is what a lot of people do, especially in this crazy world. Like right now, we're in a bull run right now, which means the market is going through the roof. 2017 was the last bull run like this. Then there was a few years of just not much happening in the space at all. It was pretty dead. But investing too much at once, especially if you've had your first win. When you've had your first win in crypto, in your mind, you can be like, okay, far out. I just made 10x my investment on $500 overnight. That's crazy. I wish I had invested $5,000, right? and it goes in that mentality. So don't invest too much money at once. I always say invest just a little bit more than you are happy to lose. I said that back in 2017. I'm saying it again now, except for Bitcoin and Ethereum, because they've really shown themselves as two coins that really aren't going anywhere, especially with so many giant businesses invest putting Bitcoin on their balance sheets. But anyway, let's just talk about this here. Invest a little bit more than you're willing to lose. That's actually a good point, not a negative one. um, Buy high and sell low. This is what people do as well, and this is what you'll often find with these influence coins. When you've heard it from the influencer, it's probably going to be at its all-time high, the coin that you've just purchased. Um, so buy high and sell low is a bad way to do things, right? So say you buy a coin, you put 5 grand in, it's at $1 a coin, and then overnight it drops to 50 cents a coin, 50 cents a coin. And when the coin got to 60 cents, you're thinking, okay, shit, I better sell now because it's dropped, right? Now, if it's an altcoin or one of these dodgy coins that has no meaning behind it, maybe just get the hell out of there if you've noticed that it's just there's a point of no return, right? But with like Bitcoin and Ethereum, the prices in these coins do drop. In the top 100 coins, the prices do drop, but then they always stabilize. They always do. If you look at the history of Bitcoin and Ethereum, the times that Bitcoin's grown has drastically outtimed the times that it has crashed. It's almost like it'll take one step back and then take 10 steps forwards, right? But then people still freak out like crazy when when Bitcoin drops in price. Say it might lose 5% today, 10% today, right? But then some days it'll grow 10% every day consistently for 5 days. Like it's just crazy what can happen. So don't be too emotional. So try to remove emotions. Look at it as a long-term play, and by long-term I mean a couple of years. I would say this is something that I think will be around forever. So that's why I'm going to be talking about the generational wealth. But the strategy I want to share with you guys today is a strategy that is so proven to work that if you follow this, it's game over. Sorry guys, just having a sip of my energy drink. It's early here still and had a horrible sleep last night, as you can probably tell from my sleepy voice. I'm just having a look at some of these comments here. Bahari just said that Tesla just announced that they have suspended accepting Bitcoin for the purchase of Tesla vehicles. So see, if that's only just happened just now, yeah, okay. I've got this really cool app on my phone which I'll share with you, and maybe that's how you found this, Bahari. This was live on my phone right now. It says there, Tesla has stopped. Let me just read this for you guys. So now that this news is out, Bitcoin's probably going to drop a bit today. But in saying that, another coin, Dogecoin, Elon Musk is the biggest holder of this coin out of any user. He did a post yesterday saying, would you allow us, would you buy a Tesla? Do you want us to let you guys buy Tesla with Dogecoin, which is a different cryptocurrency? It's backed by nothing. It's the fourth biggest cryptocurrency in the world. It was made out of a joke, of this meme of this little dog, the dog emoji, and it's just I'll share it with you guys shortly. But I'm reading here. Elon Musk has stopped accepting Bitcoin due to environmental impact. So yeah, this is what I was saying before about the energy it uses to mine Bitcoin. It uses a lot of power. Um, but it says here as well, Tesla will not be selling any Bitcoin, and we intend to use it for transactions as soon as mining transactions to a more sustainable energy. So that means they're not selling any Bitcoin, because Bitcoin, I think Elon Musk single-handedly increased Bitcoin price by like 20%, like maybe a month or two ago, because he put it on his balance sheets with Tesla. Um, yeah, so it went from 39,000 to 53,000. So it'll be interesting to see where crypto is going to go. Now. So let's just actually just go have a look at that now. Let's just actually get into it. And this is one other point I wanted to make here. Again, very, very important for beginners. Um, Actually, the way to make money, right? Do not invest all at once. I'll talk about that in a second. Um, you don't think you have to buy whole coins, right? So you don't have to buy a whole Bitcoin. This is something that people have to get out of their heads, because this is where it's stopping a lot of people. Is one little thing. So if I go Bitcoin to USD, one Bitcoin is $52,516 roughly. And this changes every second by a couple of dollars. So just for argument's sake, just say it's 52 grand, right? One Bitcoin is $52,000. Now, you don't have to buy a whole Bitcoin. In fact, most people can't buy a whole Bitcoin. Who has 52 grand lying around? Hopefully, a lot of you guys will, from working with me and training with me on my different projects and products and business models. But you can buy any amount of Bitcoin. 0.1 Bitcoin is 5,000. 0.01 Bitcoin is $525. Now, let me just like I should try to find the transaction. Back in 2016, this is how I first found out about Bitcoin. 2016. Well, I heard about it, but I didn't really know it was in Australia. I didn't really understand it. Well, didn't really understand it in 2015. Actually, I saw a local Jamaican chicken shop here. It was called Jamrock. It was the best chicken. It was kind of like Nando's, but with these Jamaican sauces. If you guys have got Nando's, does America have Nando's yet? By the way, if America has Nando's, let me know. It's my favorite food. It's my favorite fast food, I guess, if you want to call it fast food, even though it's grilled chicken. But I just love Nando's. But this place called Jamrock, it was a small business, a very small business, and they were really struggling, right? 2016, 2015. I bought a chicken wrap meal. I think it was like 25 bucks with some extra wings and all this stuff. 25 bucks, but they accepted Bitcoin, right? And so 2015 Bitcoin calculator. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, sorry. So roughly, right? I bought $25. I bought this meal for $25, but they accepted Bitcoin. This lot, so and I've never paid with Bitcoin. And I didn't know how it worked, so I had this phone app. I figured out how to actually buy Bitcoin. So I bought some Bitcoin, and I took $25 of it, and I bought this wrap with it. So let's just see how much that wrap would have cost me if I had have kept that money now from Bitcoin. Oh, sorry. Um, So that one wrap has now cost me $5,480 roughly. Like, isn't that like disgusting? But it's pretty funny at the same time as well, right? So um, I'm sure you guys can laugh at that. The wrap cost me that $25 now is over $5,000, right? For a chick, it was really good, and unfortunately, the place shut down. The place shut down, and it's not in business anymore. But hopefully, all the money he actually accepted with Bitcoin back then has made him into a multimillionaire, right? So say yeah. So you see, if he even just got $1,000 over the lifetime of his business over 2015 in Bitcoin, he would have made roughly over 200 grand, over $250,000 Australian. Pretty crazy, right? Um, Now, but again, we always see people sharing this. If I had done this then, and then I would have this now, and that mindset makes you not want to really get invested now. But again, 2017, same thing happened. People wish they had have invested years earlier then, but now they wish they had have invested then. I guarantee in a couple of years' time, they people are going to wish they invested right here, right now on today's webinar into crypto. And again, there's no benefit here for me. This is I'm not pushing this. You don't have to do this. It makes no difference to me, except I just know getting in the game is how you actually will make money. It's how it's in anything. You got to take that action. It's so easy just to get involved here, right? Now the key rules here. I'll tell you my one key strategy to making generational wealth. And this is where what I see all the smartest people in the crypto space doing, right? You don't have to day trade. You don't have to sit there, buy for a low, sell it, like do like shorting and longing all these different cryptos, figuring out how to read these different candle maps in the charts that you see. You don't have to do all of that. You can, right? But again, I know the majority of you won't want to be doing that all day. This is the way I run my crypto portfolio now, and some of the people that I know that have the most amount of crypto, like 500 Bitcoin plus guys, this is what they do, and it's simple. They use their own business to then fund their crypto, and by that I mean crypto strategy. So there's this strategy. So a lot of people will say, quit your job, do crypto, right? Crypto is a very selfish business. I don't mean that in a mean way. I mean that in a way is that it's not giving any value to anyone else aside from you, right? And the other people that are invested in a coin. But it's very money driven and about the person. It's not something like any other business where you then offer a service, you offer a product, you offer a coaching, whatever it might be. It's something that you're doing purely for you, right? You're investing to make money for yourself, right? Now, in my opinion, the best way to do this investing is by having a actual other business that you can then drive, that you can control. You can control the future of it at a much higher level than with crypto. Um, Crypto is all about getting on the right trends and getting in at the right times and taking profits as well. Now, again, it's up to you to decide what you deem as profit, what you deem as your own success in this space, right? But again, it's all about time in the market, right? One of the biggest tips I can say is time in the market, right? What I mean by that is how long you are invested in the market. And I see people making the same mistake as well. People that are investing in Bitcoin at the start of the year and they've had some amazing returns. They've had 30%, 100% returns, but then they take every single dollar out and they're like, okay, I'm done. And then they come back to me saying, far out, look, I wish I had kept my money in crypto. It's gone up again by X amount, right? So it's that time in the market, not timing the market. That is one of the biggest things you can learn. Time in the market, not timing the market. What I mean by that is, and this is my strategy, I invest every 4 days the same amount of money into Bitcoin and Ethereum, right? Ethereum is the world's second biggest cryptocurrency. It is absolutely going off right now. But every week, without a doubt, I invest the same amount. Now, this doesn't have to be large numbers. Like you saw, 25 bucks in 2015 is now worth over $5,000 now, right? If I had done 25 bucks a week in 2015, so what's that, 25? Well, so it's 5,000 divided by 25, first of all. That's 200. If I did 25 bucks times a week times 52 equals 1,300 times 200, then I would have had $250,000 now. I don't even know if that's right. I think it could even be a lot more than that. But that's just from putting 25 bucks a week in for a year. So that's 1,300 bucks. Yeah, that's about right. 1,300 bucks over that year would have given me $250,000 now. Now, by just literally doing that, and again, you can set this up in Binance for it to withdraw automatically every single week. Now, why do I do it every 4 to 7 days? This is what one of the biggest takeaways I can say is, and again, a lot of people that get into the space, what they do is they have, I think I set it up here, do not invest all at once. People will literally take all the money you have, and they'll say, okay, I've got $1,000 I want to put into Bitcoin, right? They'll just do it all at once. Now, again, when I'd say when it's under $10,000, sure, it's all right. Like if you wanted to do it all at once, you could. But if you're going to be investing 5,000, 10,000, whatever it might be, or if that's the goal you have to invest, it's better to do it over a longer period of time, right? Because what happens is, let's just do it up. That's for argument's sake. Example, bad case. And that's what crypto is about. How to avoid as many bad cases as possible while knowing what the right number in your head is for profit. Now, say I invested, just say 100K, and this is just for argument's sake. This can work for 10K, 1K, 100 bucks, whatever. 100K today into Bitcoin, right? That's 68,000 Australian dollars, right? It's actually a good time to buy, in my opinion here, because we're up at over 83,000 a couple of weeks ago, month ago. So $100,000 at $68,000, right? Per Bitcoin. Oh, sorry, $100,000, right? So that $100,000 I invest today is worth 67,000. Sorry, one Bitcoin is worth $67,000 today. Say I put $67,000 worth, $68,000 today. I get my one Bitcoin. Tomorrow, right? Tomorrow, if the market, because of this Elon Musk news that came out today, but they're not going to accept it anymore for the minute. Say that drops the price down to 50,000. Tomorrow, Elon Musk stops Bitcoin with Tesla. Say tomorrow it drops to 55K. right? Well, instantly I've lost what 24, 60, 70, like 15, 20% or something like that, right? Instantly overnight. Now, if I took that same 100 grand and I put in, say, 25K today, or even just say 10K today, we'll do 20K today, 20K in 2 days, so it drops to 50K day after tomorrow, right? So that means I put 20K in today, and then I put 20K in 2 days. This means here that I can then put like I can then dollar cost, it's called dollar cost averaging. That will mean that I've bought some Bitcoin at 50 at the high amount here, and I've bought some at the lower amount, and I would do it again in, like, say, another week's time. All right, let's just say, sorry, I always say 4 to 7 days. I was just trying to do that for this math example here. Um, and then another 20K 7 days later, right? Again, the first lot I've bought on a higher amount, but then I've also then been able to buy in a couple of days, 4 to 7 days, at a lower amount as well. Now, what that means is that I've used the same amount of money, but because it can be volatile, the prices can go up and down at the flick of a light switch. It really means that I ensure I have a safer portfolio. The money is being spread out across a longer period of time, and then you can basically go, okay, when I bought the first amount for the X amount, the second amount for this lower amount, the dollar cost average overall is somewhere in the middle. So I won't get screwed over at the highest amount. Now, the flip side, obviously, is that you then the crypto then goes crazy tomorrow or the following day, right? You can think of that in your head, that it goes crazy, and go, okay, wow, I wish I had have invested it all in yesterday. But again, if you only invested some today and it goes crazy tomorrow, that's still a win as well. You can then decide to invest more, or less at depending on where the market's at. But again, every 4 to 7 days, just a little bit I chuck in there. Now again, I know I keep on saying and again, but you guys can decide what your dollar cost average strategy is. Is it the same amount every 2 weeks? Is it the same amount every month? I personally suggest every single week, just a little bit again, and it can be whatever you want it to be, whatever you can afford. And I always say just a little bit more than you're willing to lose. Not crazy amounts, but enough so you have skin in the game. So when you have skin in the game, you'll be excited about it. You'll be more aware. You'll be more keen to have a look at it, because then when you see your profits going up, you then know that you're doing well. And it's really that simple, right? When you're doing well, you want to take profits. But again, it's about time in the market, dollar cost averaging, Bitcoin and Ethereum. That is my strategy that I use, and it just works. The risk is so much lower than going for all these rubbish coins that are out there. I personally would say hold. Again, I can't say financial advice, but for me, I hold Bitcoin and Ethereum as my two main coins. 80% of my cryptos in these two coins, and it's just what I love to do because it makes the most sense. I've seen the most people make the most money without losing it all, just by doing this. And these two coins have established themselves in the marketplace. They're being adopted by so many companies around the world. They're being invested in. So this is where I would say to really go. All right. Let me have a look at questions here real quick. Malcolm says I'm talking about dollar cost averaging. Yeah, I think I wrote that down. Yeah, Gus says here, exchange high cap cryptos for small cap or altcoin. Yeah, and again, this is what I'll say about altcoins. Again, coins that don't have much real true value behind them for the majority of them, right? If you want to get into more higher risk, higher reward type coins, altcoins is a good way to go. But again, I would say literally just make sure you are in Bitcoin and Ethereum for the majority of your portfolio. If you are not going to be doing crypto trading full term, you just want to actually be in the market, which I know for a lot of people, that's all people want. They want to be, they don't want to miss out on this. They want to be a part of it. And then just dollar cost average Bitcoin and Ethereum. And in 3 years time, 2 years time, you'll be amazed. And again, have numbers in your head of when you want to take profit. When markets crash dramatically, you'll see. But just when it does that, that's when to invest more money at bigger lows. I'll dollar cost average all year round, and then I will literally invest more when markets crash, and then I'll sell more when it really pumps at the top, right? And again, no one ever knows when the true top is. That's the crystal ball that we wish we all had. But by top, I mean what is a good amount that I'll be happy with to take some profit, right? But always have something in the game, because again, this could change the world. It's already, in my opinion, already is changing the world. And it's not like 2017 where it wasn't being implemented places like it is now. It's really truly starting to get implemented. But at the same time, who here has gone out and paid with something with Bitcoin in a shop? Some of you, if you're into crypto, but the majority haven't yet, which shows how early it truly is, right? It shows how early it truly is. One other point I wanted to make is, before I was talking about Bitcoin and how you can buy 0.001 Bitcoin instead of having in the mindset you're thinking one Bitcoin, fire, it's too expensive, 70 grand, 80 grand Australian, right? And you can buy 0.001 Bitcoin. One thing I wanted to say is, like, dollars and cents, right? So there's dollars and then there's cents. So a dollar, let's look at that as like a Bitcoin value. Cents, so right, 100 cents makes a dollar, right? What's the equivalent in Bitcoin? Well, there's a thing called a Satoshi, which is named after the anonymous creator of Bitcoin, I guess. So this a Satoshi is the cent value, right? So crypto, I think one of the first exchanges started accepting users to buy in Satoshi a couple of days ago. So a Satoshi, again, is like a cent value. It's still a part of Bitcoin, just like cents are a part of dollars, right? But people can buy 100 Satoshi, like or 1,000 Satoshis, and in their mind, it makes sense for that person to go, okay, I can afford that. It's still 0.0001 Bitcoin or whatever it is, but mentally, it's an easier adoption method for people to go, okay, I can see this now. I've always just thought one Bitcoin, you had to buy that, blah, 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 right? So that's something I want to say there. Now, let me just quickly show you inside of here how easy it is to do. Hold on. So one of the simplest ways to do it is you'll sign up here. I'll put the link in the chat box. You'll literally go into, so yeah, this is a question someone's had earlier as well. Your wallet. So what is in your wallet? So when you buy crypto through an exchange is just like if you're trying to get like a currency exchange in person. You take your US dollars, Australian dollars, you get given US dollars or Australian dollars, or Thai baht or Japanese yen or whatever it might be, and they exchange it over. Now, same thing here, it's just all digital. Now you can store, like when you buy your crypto, it will be stored in your actual exchange. Now there's different ways you can hold it. This, again, using an exchange though to hold your cryptocurrency is still like using a bank, right? It's not your actual private wallet. You can create, there's things like called like like cold storage. There's sites that give you actual wallets that are dedicated to you that no one else can access, no one else has control of. Look, these companies like Binance here, they're huge. The chances of something happening are pretty damn small, but again, there's always a possibility. I always say, even if it's next to nothing, but I just keep in, I only keep in Binance what I want to trade with. If I want to buy some other coins, again, I keep about 80% of my portfolio in Bitcoin and Ethereum overall, and then in the other 20%, I just use to play around with other coins to see if there's projects that I like that I think have good value. And this is the thing as well, there's some great coins out there, great projects that have built coins, but behind them, they just have really poor marketing, so they don't go anywhere. It's just like in real life. Amazing product, shit marketing won't go anywhere. Shit product, great marketing, will sell like crazy, right? But in here, all you need to do is to deposit. You go here, deposit fiat, so you can deposit your currency, and you can withdraw your currency here as well, right? I won't go into a bunch of these other things in today's webinar because we've already gone for an hour and a bit. I didn't want it to go this long today. But again, you can go trade, convert. All you then need to do is type in your Australian dollars here or US dollars. And then you can buy your Bitcoin. So say I want to put in $100,000, right? I can go ahead and preview the conversion here. And I just need to fund my account more here or buy it with card right now. Good thing about Binance as well is there is an app. Again, if you are in a country that doesn't accept Binance, don't worry, just wait till today's later email. I'll go ahead and see if I can get you a deal with one of the other major players that can get you some money back on your actual transaction fees. Because again, it does add up, and you'd rather have that money go into your crypto than going to one of these exchanges' pockets. So yeah, and then I would just go buy, and that's as simple as it is. Let me go ahead and see if I can show you this on my actual phone app. 1 second, Reflector. And this got this cool app. Let me just see here. All right, sorry guys. And again, for me, I do everything just on the phone app now. It just makes it so much easier. So hopefully you guys should be able to see my phone screen now. And you can see here, bunch of different cryptos going on. And you can see Bitcoin's had a 7% drop today, 7.5% drop, probably from that news around Elon Musk, right? And this is where you'll see big players come in, and they will literally, like the big whales in the crypto industry, they will see that news, they'll sell out, and then it drops the price, and then they'll buy back in when it's dropped to a lower price. That's why it's always best to buy low, sell high versus the other way around. Don't let your emotions get involved. But again, literally dropped almost 8% now in the past 24 hours, right? So not a bad time to jump in. You can see Dogecoin 11% down. But again, this is like 56 cents. A few weeks ago, this was down at like 30 cents, I think it was, maybe a week or two ago. And you can see 1 day, 1 week history scores on this and whatnot. And it's so easy just to go ahead and click on one, trade it, buy it, you've got it, right? So if you want to put in $10 of Bitcoin, you can buy that now. Let's actually, I think it's that I've got $6 in here, so I'm gonna buy $6 worth of Bitcoin. Oh, you need to buy $25 minimum. Cash balance, so I can pay with card. I'm not gonna buy $25 right now, but it's that simple. And then all that happens is you go ahead and it'll be over here in your trading account. So you can see here, this is just my trading account here. The majority is in Ethereum, Bitcoin in this trading account because I trade my Ethereum for different types of altcoins. And yeah, it's just a really good way to track your different cryptos, right? So that's simple. And that's what I want you guys to do. I want you guys to get some Bitcoin or Ethereum if this is being of use to you. One thing I'll show you as well is for those that, I'll probably do a future webinar on this if you guys liked today's one. Let me jump back over here. People say to me, how do you find coins that are really like popping off, ones that are, might have high returns? So I have one of my tools called Crypto Suite. I'm just going to show it to you now. I was selling this at 997 at one point, but I've taken it back down for the past couple of weeks to the launch week prices here. So it's basically a tool that I built in 2017 for beginners to basically get involved in the crypto space. Now, some of the training I do need to update, but again, this is a software more than a training program, but some of the training I will update to be a bit more relevant to 2021 with all the stuff that's happening in the space now, from NFTs to different DeFi, decentralized finance, cryptos, to some of these altcoins, how things have changed from the ICO world and whatnot. But you can see we've got an ICO calendar, which I'll need to probably remove. But on the flip side, we'll just change that to kind of like the altcoins that are coming out now, maybe an influencer search to see what coins influencers are talking about. But what this does, I can have an alert tab here. So this is one of the things that really helped me stay on top of things when I first got into the crypto world. So I wanted to be alerted when Bitcoin or any other cryptocurrency that you in the world, really, any coin that's on CoinMarketCap, which is one of the sites that shows you all the cryptos in the world. I want to know when Bitcoin has a percentage change or a percentage rise, percentage drop of more than, say, 7% in the last 24 hours. So then it can make me aware. And once I'm aware, it'll send me a message, or it can send me a email to let me know. So then I know I can jump on and buy it real quick, right? There's other ways you can do this inside of actual exchanges as well. You can set up parameters to buy when it hits this and sell when it hits this. But for beginners, sometimes it's just as easy just to get notified, go boom, buy. Also, I can be informed about coins as well. So I can say, alert me when top gaining coins have a market cap above them. And a market cap basically means how much money is circulating in that coin. So market cap above, say, $3 million USD, and the change is above, say, 10%, and volume is above, say, $1 million USD, right? So this is why you can find coins, be alerted about coins that are popping up off as it happens live. Now, again, another way to do this is in the crypto marketplace. I want to see coins that have a market cap above. Let's just, I don't even have to fill in half this information. I just want to see the coins that have had the biggest percentage jump in the past 1 hour. Let's go. And I want to filter this from here. So you can see here, and this is where to be aware of things like this coin here has had a 744% increase in the past hour, but it only has $7,000 in the coin itself, right? So say I want to see market cap of over $1 million in the past hour, what the biggest change in coins are. So BQT has gone up 411% in the past hour, 863% in the past 24 hours. So look at this, good example. This coin went up by 400% in the past. If we remove the last hour of what's happened in the past hour, before that, 23 hours, it took 23 hours to go up by 400%. It's now gone up another 400%, right? So this would have been a good coin to get in an hour ago because it's shown growth and it kept on growing. You can see this coin here, 545% in the last 24 hours, 300% in the past hour. So these are coins that you can really start to track. You can have a look at them. You can see how they've you can really get an idea of what's moving or when it's moving, how it's moving, and this is a good way to find coins. And then you can start to look at them. You don't need to see this and jump into a coin right away, but you can find out about these projects that have great movements in them, right? And again, you don't have to look at the most volatile ones that are going up and down like absolute crazy. But again, like a good example is Dogecoin. It was 80 cents a couple of days ago. Elon Musk went on Saturday Night Live. It dropped it by like 30 cents, from 90 cents to 60 cents or something like that, 50 cents. And while that's a coin that's nothing's really based behind it, it really just pops off when it does want to pop off. So, and again, this is one other fact I wanted to mention here. I'll say 99% of crypto holders' goals to convert everything back to Bitcoin or USD, Bitcoin, sorry, or Ethereum, or fiat. But at the same time, I would say people like the big crypto, the ones that do the best, their goals are to always get that money back into Bitcoin or Ethereum. Even if there's a project they love, they're invested in it, they're going to take those profits and they're going to put it back in Bitcoin or Ethereum because it's more stable. But again, for the everyday person, 80%, 90% into Bitcoin and Ethereum, in my opinion, play around with the rest. But I know a lot of people don't have a lot of money to be playing around with. So these are the two to do. Dollar cost average it every single week, whenever you can. Buy a bit more if you can when it really drops, and sell when it goes through the roof. No one's ever gone broke taking profits. Do that every week. And in a year, 2 years, 3 years, you'll look back and go, what the hell? I probably helped more people become millionaires from crypto, from trading like this back in 2017, than I have from my actual software trading. But in saying that, the only reason that is because any other type of business takes a lot of work to really set up. Doing this here, this dollar cost average strategy, doesn't take a lot of setup to do, right? But again, you'll find if you do make a lot of money, which I'm really confident a lot of you guys will if you do follow this, because in history it's just proven itself time and time and time again, that it's the money that comes won't be as fulfilling if you're not truly working for it as such. Yeah, it'll be fun, it's great, and it'll get people out of some slums, which I love, but I'm still really passionate about having a core business that generates money that you're in control of, and then what you do with that money, investing it in crypto, for example, in today's webinar, that can then make more money from that money you've earned elsewhere. I wouldn't suggest people just drop everything and try to become a crypto trader 24/7. It's not majority of people. The facts are, it's pretty crazy facts. For day traders, 80% of people quit within 2 years. I think that's what it's day trading statistic. 80% of all day traders quit within the first 2 years. Among all traders, nearly 40% day trade for only 1 month. Within 3 years, 13% continue to day trade. After 5 years, 7% remain. Now, it's not saying that you're not going to be the next best day trader, but the stats there, if you're not passionate about it, if you don't want to invest a lot of time into it, then follow the strategy that I shared. That's what I would suggest with you guys. Now, today's webinar has gone for a bit longer than I thought it was going. It's gone for an hour and a half. So what I'm going to do, instead of continuing on with the Instagram training, if you were really interested in that, just go to profilemate.com and have a look at the software there. There's a full-on training of that there. It's on my YouTube as well. You can type in ProfileMate training and have a look at it there from the one I did last year. But again, I will do that training next week with you guys, because I really don't want to be here for another 2 hours doing that. I didn't know this crypto training would go for so long. But again, I will get another exchange for you guys set up and added into the YouTube video replay. If for those that can't access Binance, I just want to get you guys the best deal possible, so that'll be good there. Few questions here. What are my thoughts on programs like Crypto Booster? Are they worth it, or are they more a passing fad? Look, again, look who's behind the actual crypto product or program. See what their agenda is, what's their intention. There's a lot of information you can find on YouTube for free. Don't fall for the hype of things, right? Yes, definitely, Charles. I will be putting this replay out. It's amazing of you for looking after your mum. I love that. Always look after your mum. Do you fund the account in the currency of your country? Yes, you do. Can I go through arbitrage and crypto suite? Look, I'll just show you it here quickly. Basically what this does, it'll show you different cryptocurrency exchanges. Always takes a minute to load, but you can see a bunch of different cryptocurrency exchanges up here, and you can see how much the actual cryptocurrency is being bought for and sold for. So say you can see here, it's cheaper to buy Bitcoin on Bitfinex than it is on Quorine. These are different exchanges like Binance. Quorine is 551,000 to buy Bitcoin, and Quorine or Bitfinex is 50,809. So a couple of $100 cheaper here, right? Selling up here is what they're offering for when you're selling Bitcoin. And you can see here, it'll show you the differences of if you bought it one currency at a cheaper price and you sold it at another exchange at a higher price, what the actual percentage would be. So if I bought it from, let's just say here, that's 5.55, that's pretty good. So I bought it from Bitstamp and I sold it at itBit, I could make a 5.55% return by doing that, selling it from A, buying it from A, selling it from B, make 5% right away, just like that. But again, crypto prices do change fast, right? Every exchange will have, like this, it's just same as in real life. If you had real life currency exchanges, if I went to one company here, the prices will be different there to the next one, right? Slightly, but sometimes you can capitalize really well. And then it's not just with Bitcoin. I can go ahead and change the actual cryptocurrency as well. But search coins here, I can type in Ethereum. And then I could add that into the actual arbitrage over there. So that's that real quick. Again, cryptosuite.com if you want to check that out. And I'll update the training on that for you guys shortly. My website, guys, is lukesworld.com. You can check it out. Anley says profile mate's not working. No, it definitely 100% is working. I'll show you this right now. If you have an issue, if you haven't updated the extension in a couple of months, go update the extension. But again, it is working. I can show you it right now real quick. Let me go. Again, if you're not a part of Profile Mate yet, don't bother Trying to figure this out here, but I've set up Tony Robbins, and I wanted to scan all Tony Robbins fans. And see here, boom, it's instantly doing it there. So it's working perfectly fine. Just go ahead and update the extension if you haven't done that in a while, and delete the old one. But again, haven't updated it in a few months because it hasn't needed to be. But yeah, it works completely fine. Also, guys, my Instagram is Luke McGuire. Give me a follow if you haven't followed me there. I post a lot of stuff there too. And if you guys like today's webinar, put me in the box, or put number one in the box, whatever you guys prefer, just so I know if you guys want me to keep on doing training like this again. I know for some of you this is basic training here so far. For some of you this is all you've wanted, I'm sure. But next week we'll do a full-on profile mate training, which is just the most insane way to build an email list of hundreds of people every day for free, targeted. You will get the emails. I will pay you $100 if you don't get 100 emails from the training that I'm teaching you guys next week. And again, you can get thousands of emails a week, literally every week, without fail, without spending $1. It's insane. I know a lot of you guys do have Profile Mate already, but I'll show you how to do it for free as well, so you don't have to use Profile Mate. It just takes a bit more time. But again, it's just insane how to use it. And more importantly, how to take those emails and convert them into sales, into money in your bank, so you can then invest a part of it into crypto, right? CryptoSuite.com, Tim, I put it in the chat box if you want to check it out. Tony says here, I don't like to criticize, but I haven't learned much when contacting your help with my Profile Mate problems. So Tony, what's your problem? Let me know. What are you having trouble with? Send me a message on Instagram with it if you want. I'll help you, mate. You just need to let me know what it is. Christina, I'm not sure how that's possible because there's no actual direct connection. All it does is open pages. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't comment. It doesn't like. Doesn't follow. It doesn't do any action on Instagram. It just opens pages. So never heard that one before, unfortunately. But if it was an important account, send me a message. I have a friend that can get Instagram accounts back if it was that important. He does charge, but oh, Tony, well, if that's the case there, mate, again, that's an Insta side thing. I'm not, like, if there's something in the Instagram's control, we can't really override anything Instagram says, but if you send me a message, I'll have a look for you, mate. Yeah, so Carl says, I just don't know what to say once I got the email addresses, and that's going to be a key thing I'm going to be talking about next week, because that's where you build the relationship and you make the money. So I'm going to help you with that. I have training on there on how to write cold emails as well, but you need to know your offer. And if you don't know your offer, maybe I'll include some different offers next week as well for that as well. But in saying that, we've been here for a while. My voice is cooked. I've been doing a lot of webinars for other people the past few days, but doing webinars for you guys is always my favorite. So I hope you learned on today's. Yep, Tim, I chucked it in the chat box again. I've said it a couple of times, cryptosuite.com. You wrote it out as well, CryptoSuite, the exact way you wrote it. Just put a .com at the end. Then you can check it out. And I hope you guys enjoyed today's webinar, and I'll send the replay out today. Again, wait for the exchange that I'll go do some research now and get you guys an exchange for those that couldn't be a part of the Binance one due to the country you're in, and we'll make it work. Awesome, guys. Thanks so much. All right, have a great day, everyone. See you soon. Bye.